Welcome, everybody, back to the Talking for Nobody podcast. My name is Dominic, sometimes referred to as DJ.
And I am Mr. Brandon, commonly referred to on the internet as Mr. Toxic Green TV.
You're just going to give yourself the Mr. twice? The double Mr.?
Yes.
The Mr. Kister Dinner this. Anyways, today, the topic of discussion is why we are doing a podcast while I'm having a stroke. No. Why we're doing a podcast and what do we want to come out of it? Because we've done a few episodes of this already.
And admittedly, this should have been the first episode.
Admittedly, sure. I agree. And apparently each time I have a stroke every time. But we were like, fuck it.
Why are you stroking?
You don't want to know, man. No, I really like podcasting, dude.
Okay, so first of all, this is not our first time doing a podcast. I'm just going to bring that out there.
Okay,
once and for all.
I was wondering how early on we were going to put this out there.
So we experimented with podcasting a few times,
just like how we experimented with men. Continue. We experimented with men. Continue.
No. So basically, this is not our first time podcasting.
Men was each other.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to talk, you dick. This is not our first time podcasting.
Yes.
The first few times failed because of a few reasons, and then we finally found the format to do it successfully?
Success? I don't know, man.
It has potential to be success, is what I should say.
It is what we like doing the most.
Yeah, it's the best we felt about podcasting ever.
Yes, and even though this is only our third episode of it, because other two times, last few times, I don't remember the numbers. We were not into it.
And there are multiple reasons why. I can be the blame for some of it.
Some of it, I can look. I don't know. Looking back at it, I can see why I am definitely a blame as well.
Mm-hmm.
And most of all, like the blame, it comes to both of us, but it's also like how we were doing it, which sucked.
Yeah, there was going to be one where we did a podcast about wrestling, and then that didn't really work out, and then we were just going to talk about like news, and that didn't work out.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for a lot of that was because we pressured ourselves into it.
Yeah, I think that we both had the same idea of like we want to do a podcast because podcasting is fun, and we listen to podcasts all the time, not together, but I mean, we could. I don't know, have a date night. Like, we just always listen to podcasts. We do like podcasts, and I like podcasts, and I don't ever shut the fuck up. So I'm like, hey, man, we could do this. So we both knew that we wanted to do one like this, but we didn't know exactly how we wanted to do it, the format we wanted to do it, and I think, personally, those last few times in which we did so much shit wrong, and really pressured ourselves into making ourselves do it. I think doing those taught us what we like to do, to the point where now we're here, and we're both immediately like, this is the best we've done. Like, after the first episode, we both, like, simultaneously almost told each other, that was the best one we've ever really done, in terms of how fun it was.
Yeah, we actually recorded 2, because it was so fun.
Yeah, on the same day, we were just like, dude, that was so fun. Let's just go again, man. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go.
And I want to say that we are doing it right this time. But I can't necessarily say that because I guess it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I guess it's the right way for us to do it is the best way to say it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a right way to do most things. But I would say, like, for us, this is a good way to do this.
Now, it could evolve, as most things do. Mm-hmm. So
we could digivolve.
It could be completely different a year from now, or even next week.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like the future's not here yet.
Yeah. Adventure is out there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, well, let's talk about why we did like those podcasts before. Like what we thought were the problems with it. And you can blame me as much as you want. I can blame you as much as I want. We could probably get into some heated debates. Maybe, probably, I don't know. There could be some fisticuffs.
It's funny because I actually, a long time ago, wrote a doc
being like, fuck you, Dominic. I fucking hate you, you piece of shit.
No, I wrote down things that we did wrong.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, because I was trying to convince you to do it again, but like right way.
Yeah, but like that way was not the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
do you have that still open? Like, do you have that on you?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
Okay. So let's go down that list and see if we can add anything and see what we are doing or what we think we can do to improve upon what we're doing. And then we'll get more into like what we want out of this and why we like doing this.
Mm-hmm. So the first thing is that we focused more on delivering news as opposed to having a conversation about topics.
Okay, I think that can be more summed up into, and this is probably another point you have later, we tried to make the podcasts relevant to that week. Or like that space of time. We wanted it...
Actually, that was the second one.
Okay, well then, that's kind of the broader scope of that issue.
And because we focused on staying relevant when it came to what we talked about, we resulted in scheduling problems.
Yeah, like not only scheduling problems, but like we would even have issue like finding stuff that happened that week. Like for instance, we would like the previous, I don't know if we could say version of this podcast, was going to be talking about like nerd news and like dorky news, like, or like news that we found fascinating over the week.
Yeah.
But that also made it so every podcast we did had to be about the news we had that week. And like, I remember like scrambling for the news. Like an hour before we started.
Yeah, and that really sucked. Like there was the idea, like even the idea of the podcast when we pitched it to each other. I remember like not even wanting to like look up things and like figure out what we're talking about because it kind of falls onto the third thing where we stressed too much on segues and or topics when in reality we could have just worked our way into conversations, even if it is abruptly.
Exactly. Like nothing felt natural.
Yeah.
As my water falls to the ground. That's great. Beautiful. I love it when my carpet gets full of water. That's awesome. So, but
hey, everything's supposed to stay hydrated, man.
Exactly. Like mold. What was it? Okay, so like, exactly, like everything felt like we were like trying to force ourselves to keep with the schedule and keep with relevancy to the point where we weren't having fun with it. Like there were times where we were both just like, I don't want to look this up. I don't want to do this. Like we forced ourselves into making stuff for no reason, where really we could have just been like, so like as soon as we decided to pull the plug on them, I think it's much more in hindsight then we figured out like, wow, we did not like this.
Yeah.
If words worked correctly in my sentence.
So the other thing is that we took ourselves way too seriously, considering we were more experimenting.
Okay.
With what we were doing, and instead of just having fun with it.
Yeah, like we made the experimentation of it a negative thing as well. Like in terms of like what we wanted to do and seeing how this could go, as opposed to like it being like fucking we're making everything up. as we go along.
Mm-hmm.
This is dumb. And like you were mentioning earlier, the segues thing, where we would force ourselves to have segues onto stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say we.
Okay. You freaking asshole. I was like forcing more, just like, because I wanted to be able to talk about everything we had listed down in terms of like these topics. And nothing felt like natural as a conversation. And it sucked. And yeah, man. However, I think I'm not the only one to blame, sir.
Mm-hmm. I'll take full blame.
Okay, and this is
for some things.
This is an issue that is not podcast specific. This happens throughout all of what you do. It seems like is that you do not keep yourself to a
schedule.
Yeah, to a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And it can make it very difficult to do stuff with you. Like just in general, like not even just podcasts, like making stuff, like making videos or like it's then difficult to ask you to do something because I never know if you're going to want to do it after a bit. Like I could be like, "Hey, can you make this image?" And then you make this image and I'm like, "Okay, can I ask you to make this image like every week?" Then it's like, I don't know. Like because
I don't remember making the same image every week.
Okay, well, it's an example. You know, it's just it's just a different example.
And I like Photoshop. You know I would do it.
I know, but like I'm just saying that. I'm not necessarily saying like as an example, like a real life example.
Mm-hmm.
So what it comes down to with those two things is that I was too busy focused on trying to structure it, and you didn't want to do that and didn't like the timing of it and stuff, and having to force ourselves to constrict ourselves with topics and the time of it.
Yeah.
Time of recording or whatever.
Everything about it basically sucked.
Yeah. We were mashing heads creatively before we even hit the record button.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I feel like that kind of... There were times where we actually argued about it, and I wouldn't even call them arguments because I just listened.
Yeah.
But
I
got grilled.
I talk a lot more. And I do feel like I see why my anger was valid. But looking back, I'm like, it wouldn't have worked either way. Because it wasn't going to work. It all sucked. Everything sucked. We sucked. I sucked. You sucked. Everything sucks. This is a great advertisement for our podcast thing.
But now we can talk about things that we're doing now that make it what I believe is better.
Yes.
Because there's no more things that we did wrong.
The sucking is gone. So, we, going into this type of podcast, looked at those issues and just scrapped it. Like, when you presented the idea to me of this podcast that we're doing now, like, as soon as you were, like, describing how we were doing this, I was like, that makes so much more sense to do it like that, and it just seems so much more fun. Like, right now, we are recording this, I don't know, I'm going to break the illusion for a few moments. We are...
breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah, right? We are recording this weeks, maybe a month, before it even goes out. It's like, I don't even know.
Yeah, we don't even know when these are coming out.
Exactly.
Like, this... Like, we're literally in 2019 right now.
Yeah, this could be 2020. Probably not 2021. That would be weird.
No, we just released them, like, 5 years later. Everything is, everything
we just
is
wait.
Just wrong.
We wait till one of us dies.
Yeah.
To upload them all.
That's funny considering one of the topics.
Great. That's probably next episode. Anyways, see, you're trying to segue, and we just talked about this.
I wasn't trying to segue. I was just saying that it was funny because there's a topic about.
Yeah, exactly. See, okay, and then we can bring up that idea in the topic thing because now we have the like a sheet of topics, okay, because we're not limiting ourselves to.
Yeah, it's very
Here, you know what? You pitched it to me. Why don't you take over for this a little bit?
Okay, I'm not going to pitch it the same way because I definitely stole the idea.
Yeah, no shit. But like, let's just kind of roll with it without mentioning who we stole the idea from.
So basically, we answer certain topics and our views on them in a way that doesn't have to be relevant, I guess is the word.
Okay.
And so, what was one of the past podcasts? Like the evolution of our YouTube lives.
Yes.
That does not necessarily have to be relevant to anybody else.
Or at any specific time.
Yeah. So, with us being who we are, I believe that works very well for us. Because one, we're not really relevant at all. I'm still living in 2008. So... And you, I think, is like, I don't even know.
Man, I still kind of like John Cena memes. What was that, 2016?
I don't even remember.
I don't know, man.
Or, like, it's, okay, so the basic way of saying how this podcast is working is it is an unstructured answer a question and have a conversation about it.
It's unstructured, unrelevant conversations.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be unrelevant, but it's not meant to be relevant.
Yeah, like we're not...
Or it's not specifically relevant.
Yeah, like we're not talking about a movie that just came out.
Even though that might come up.
Yeah, like even though it might come up, but we're not forcing ourselves to talk about it.
Yeah. So, like, if we wanted to talk about Joker, because that just came out like recently during this.
No, like a month ago. But
time of recording.
Yeah, like a month ago.
So, like, if we wanted to talk about Joker, we could free-willingly talk about Joker, but we're not going to because everyone already has.
Well, it's not even that. It's like we're not forcing ourselves to talk about Joker because Joker was the hit thing. We're not, like, forced to talk about it.
Just because it was a hit thing.
Yeah, just because it was a hit thing doesn't mean we have to talk about it.
Yeah, like, because then I think we're trying too hard to be relevant.
Yes.
And when in reality, we're just having fun with it. And if we talk about relevant things, it doesn't matter if we do or don't.
Exactly. And that's one thing. Like, that's way different than the other version of this podcast. Because the other one was like a news-centric podcast. Now this is a topic-based.
We were practically a podcast for... It was like an IGN podcast, basically.
Okay.
Like, I guess that's the best way to phrase it, because it's literally what we were. We were delivering nerdy news in audio form.
Yes.
So, I think to some people that could work.
Yeah.
Just not to us.
Just not how we do things. Exactly. Yeah. Which, yeah, I get that, and I'm glad that we're doing it like this, because it's not mentally stressing us out.
Yeah. Like, the most we have to do is
think of something. Be alive. But, like, dude, that's barely these days.
Yeah. And we already have a list of topics that we came up with before we even shot an episode.
Yeah, we have.
And now we're pre-recording these.
We have like a
so that we
page
and a quarter, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're pre-recording these so that we don't have to worry about these time constrictions.
Exactly.
On getting them out every week and recording one every week.
Exactly.
So instead, we're bulk recording before we put them out, so it is easier on us when we do release them.
Yeah, because then we don't feel like we run, because like the problem
that was because that was the problem with the other podcast, is that it's like, oh fuck, we recorded a podcast, it just came out. It's fucking Thursday, it comes out on Friday. We need to record and edit this shit by tomorrow.
Yes. Exactly.
And the thing with keeping relevancy is we couldn't record too early in the week because then something later in the week might happen and we missed that.
Exactly. So Now it's like, we're just chill. And we're going about our own way. Okay, we can do whatever we want. Okay, we can be naked while doing this. I mean, I don't know if you are. I certainly am. But... But, yeah, so... that's why I really like... And, like, even... Like, the past 2 times we've been recording, like, ever since then, we've both been kind of looking at each other. I was like, dude, that was so much fun.
And easier.
It is.
Like, and for me, I'm the one who takes the files, combines them, and edits, and does the video version, and adds the music.
Exactly.
So, I'm really doing all the work this time, so I think I'm proving myself.
What?
And, well, you show up and you record.
I know,
and
but it's like, I'm doing all the work.
So, like,
dick.
you know what I mean.
I could just leave.
I'm just gonna have a one-sided conversation.
Yeah, dude. You just like delete this audio file, and it's just you talking, and then awkward silences.
And then, so what I was saying was, like, for you, basically what happens is you, like, the stress is a lot less on you this time, whereas before it was basically all you. And
well, I don't think. Okay, well, hold on. I don't think that's how that went down. I think in terms of like stress, like I don't think producing this is stressful. In terms of like we have the audio and then we edit it and then we do this. I think the stressful part before was trying to get everything aligned. We both show up. And we both find out what to talk about on the day. And so, like, it was all the pre-production that was stressful.
But my point is, like...
But, like, now I get what you mean. Like, I'm not... Like, I'm really just recording this and then sending it to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I forget where I was going there.
You were saying that it's less stressful for me or something.
Yeah, so I think I'm proving myself with the last few times where I really didn't want to. I didn't show up sometimes, most times. And
most times.
And I just didn't, even when we did record it, I was just like, why am I fucking here?
Mm-hmm. Like, you seem more into it.
Oh, I'm very into it this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can be a vouch for me when every time we talk off camera at this point, or off audio.
Off audio? Off mic?
Yeah, off mic, I guess.
Yeah.
I have frequently been talking about the podcast and what we're going to do next.
And how we're going to...
How can I make this look cool?
Exactly. And when you were, like...
Whereas before, I didn't really say shit about it except when we were recording it.
Exactly.
And I might not make it.
Exactly. Like, now you seem... As opposed to feeling like you have to, you want to.
Yeah, and I mean, I could... From what I noticed in our years of talking is that, for some reason, like, when you talk for a long time, your voice starts to hurt, and I don't get that. But, like, there's been times where you're like, I just recorded 4 videos, my voice fucking hurts.
When, like, way early on, now it's not that much. Now that doesn't really happen.
But, like, I've never had that problem. Like, I talk so goddamn much.
I can only really remember one time that's happened. And that was
I remember
way early.
I can't remember specific scenarios, but like I remember it happening a few times.
The only times I can remember it happening was because I was doing gaming videos and a new game came out. Like Spider-Man. No, not Spider-Man. Like when Arkham Knight came out, I'm like my really, really old, like my first channel. When Arkham Knight came out, I played the hell out of that because I really wanted to play it. But so I was like, I'm going to record all of this. So like I would record like 30 parts in the span of like 20 hours. Like that destroys your voice no matter what.
Well, my point is, like, if you wanted to, I could probably record like 2 or 3 months worth of this fucking podcast because like I'm just that much into it this time around.
Yeah, but like I know trying to think of the best way to explain this. Like, I don't want to blow our load too early.
Yeah, we don't want any premature.
Exactly. Okay. We just like randomly turn in that direction. I don't want to record personally because again, we're like literally talking about how to produce this podcast as we're producing the podcast right now. But
well, that's kind of what the topic is.
Yes. I don't want to personally make
you don't want to destroy what we have right now.
Yeah, man, like our love. No, but like I don't want it to start getting into the way of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially since we decided to start recording this at like not an amazing time.
I mean, it's the weekend. Fuck it.
It's like not that it's a weekend. It's like okay, can I say like what month we're recording this? Like I don't know how much I can break the illusion.
Just fucking, it's December 7th, 2019 at 11:40 p.m.
Great. Awesome. It's December 7th. And if, like, college kids know, December 7th is the, like, oh, shit, finals week. Instead of doing finals.
I don't know that because I'm a high school kid.
Exactly. So you got, like, another week. So, like, while finals are happening, I'm also, like, I really kind of want to do the podcast, but, like, I know I fucking can't, and it sucks. So I have work to do, is what I'm trying to
Which,
say.
for me, I've always been kind of the one who doesn't study. I'd never pick up a book.
Well, what did you used to say? Books are for prisoners?
Yeah.
Who'd you steal that from?
It was a YouTuber. I don't really want to give him a shout out.
Oh, wow. Just like, fuck that guy.
It's not fuck that guy. It's just I don't subscribe to it anymore, and I feel bad.
Oh, well, what was his name? What was his name?
His name was Grimm's Toy Show.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, so, that dude.
He said reading is for prisoners.
Yeah, and it's obvious. And it's obvious that's his thoughts on it.
Yeah, and it was like, well, fuck, that's actually true.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but whatever. Anyways, moving on. You were saying.
I forget.
Books are for prisoners. That's what you were just saying. Man, fucking, what?
What were we talking about?
I don't know. Anyways, so podcasting.
Okay, so I think we should move the conversation to why are we doing?
Yeah, because we can't remember what the fuck we were talking about.
Well, you threw me off, man.
Dude, I don't know, man.
I was in my flow, and then you fucked it up.
Man, you don't get that flow, dude. I'm like a barrier, and you're like a river. Because I stop you. I stop the flow. What do we want to come?
You mean a dam?
Yeah, a dam.
You called it a fucking barrier.
Same shit? A barrier and a dam?
A barrier is a wall.
I don't think people would have appreciated how you just peeked the fuck out of the microphone. And by people, I mean my ear hole.
Rest in peace, headphone users.
Exactly.
I can't wait till I'm editing this later and I just hear
I know, right?
A barrier's a fucking wall!
It's like Donald Trump supporters be like Anyways,
okay,
moving on.
Anyway. Why are we doing a podcast? Do you want to go first or am I going first?
Because
I have multiple thoughts.
Like so like for the past while, we were like, why are we doing this podcast specifically? Now we're like, why we're doing one in general. So
both.
Okay, well, I guess like why we're doing one in general. You can go first because I'm actually super curious.
Okay,
it's probably very similar reasons, to be honest.
Yeah, it's probably very similar.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, we talk practically every day already, and sometimes have some pretty cool conversations.
I don't know, man.
Well, I wouldn't say cool, but they're interesting.
Yeah, we can have some interesting. We have entire documents of weird shit we talk about.
Yeah. So why not? This is in my head. So why not release them to people who might agree or disagree,
and judge us,
and then get feedback on whether we are fucking assholes.
Which, I mean, come on, like we are.
Which is a no-brainer. I mean, come on.
Like we are. Like come on, we already are fucking assholes. But okay.
Like if you came to this podcast and expected not assholes,
okay,
I'd click away now.
Okay, this is an anal-centric podcast. Anywho, I'm just gonna awkwardly be silent while I say that. Thanks, man. That really helps flow the conversation.
I thought it worked.
So,
but
okay, why else?
So,
yeah.
Also because we have so many moments in our conversations where we say stupid shit, and I'm really hoping that some of those come out in this podcast.
Yeah.
Not specifically like this episode, but just like the entire podcast in general.
Yeah, exactly, in general. And I would say we've already had some pretty dumbass moments. But,
yeah. And it's only been 3 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
What else can happen?
I know. What else?
Episode 100, we're fucking flagged.
What else can happen in this
Channels
anal-centric podcast?
We're in poverty. 100 episode.
Sounds about right.
You're already in poverty because you're in college.
Exactly, man. We're recording on like a PS4 headset. Just like,
and not even. Fucking PS3.
oh my god, yeah, dude.
Fucking PS2.
Yeah,
they didn't have headsets.
Yeah, we figure out. We hack a PS2. Okay.
We're recording on a school computer.
And then, like, you hear in the background, like, a bell, and then, like, a teacher walks in and be like, who the fuck are you? And then we just bolt.
It's like that episode of... No, it's not. It's like the scene from Spider-Man Homecoming where he's like, what are you doing on the computer? Watching porn.
Exactly. Exactly.
But anyway.
Why are we doing a podcast? Okay.
I'll let you go next.
Okay.
Because I have 2 more. I want you to share some.
I don't know, man. I this might be just, like, dumb, but it's just because I really like podcasts. Like, I really like podcast stuff. Like, I just like listening to them. Like, if I had Audible, if they would be lovely enough to sponsor us, I would truthfully listen to audiobooks, like, a lot. Because podcasts are so easy to just listen to.
Yeah, I'm to the point now where, okay, so I'm not somebody who, like, sleeps in complete silence. So.
Oh, I kind of do that.
So I need a fan on, or I need to be listening to something.
Yeah, like, I need a fan on. I know what you mean, though.
So I usually now have a podcast, like, playing on my phone while I'm taking a snooze.
I can't do that, though. I can't, because I can't have, like, music or, like a podcast in the background while I'm trying to sleep, because I, like, listen to it instead of sleeping.
That was a problem at first, and then I got used to it.
Yeah, like, dude, when I put music on and then it's, like, my jam, I just start, like, wiggling around in the bed.
That's specifically why I don't listen to music while I sleep.
Dude, my cousins did that all the time. And I would, like, be like, why?
I would much rather listen to people talking.
Exactly.
Because then, like, there's not so much, like, complexity and, like, oh shit, this is my jam.
Exactly. Here's another...
It's like...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, here's another thing that's, like, sort of on the same topic. The people who watch TV to go to sleep.
And at this point, I'm probably one of those people.
I don't get it, man. Like...
For me, it was usually the flashing lights with my eyes closed. They really soothed me.
Really? Because that's what pisses me off, man. Like, I cannot have a TV on in the room that I'm sleeping in. Because... Like, I'm one of those guys who likes to sleep in, like, complete darkness.
That's because you're depressed.
Low-key, probably. But, like, if there's a window and there's, like, a light shining in, like, it will distract me. Like, I don't know why, just it will, like, distract me. I'll be like, oh my god, I need you to stop. And like, I'm not someone that likes, like, complete silence, but, like, a fan is the best thing, because, like, I like to be cold anyways, when I sleep.
So do I.
Exactly. So, like, you know, when we snuggle together, you know.
See, that's a problem, because we're both fat.
Exactly.
So we just get hot.
Yeah, man. It's an issue, man. Trust me, I've thought about it.
And only one of us gets the fan, because our like, fat rolls are just, like, covering each other up.
We're, like, morphing into one creature.
We're like a fucking blanket.
No, I'm like, imagining, like...
Because you know when you lay down and, like, your, like, fat rolls, like, flatten?
Sure. Like, you just spread out.
Like a fucking Jello pudding.
Your underarm wings.
Yeah, man.
Fucking roll down.
I look like a fucking bear rug.
Like it's like you sleep on your stomach, so it's like you are a bear rug.
Have I told you that I sleep on the floor? No, I'm kidding.
People step on me all the time. I don't know why.
And I'm already really hairy.
Oh, dude. Trust me. I like it.
The back hair is a problem.
And now I sleep with my eyes open, my mouth wide open. I don't understand.
They put an apple in my mouth and I don't get it.
Put an apple in? Hell yeah, man.
Anyway,
there's an archer and he tries to, like, shoot the apple into my mouth.
All right, we could kill the joke.
Yeah, I'm killing the joke. The joke. So yeah, I just like listening to podcasts. Like, I'll listen to music, like when, like, riding a bike or something, right? To, like, while I'm going to school, because I ride my bike to school because it's only a mile away and exercise is a thing. Yay. Like,
haven't lost a single pound.
I know. I haven't really. Like, I'll lose weight, and then, like, I'll lose, like, 6 pounds in a week, which I know that isn't that much, but still, I'll lose, like, 6 pounds in a week, and then I'll gain like 5 of them back over the weekend, because I have, like, a 3-day weekend, because that's how my schedule
and you like
is.
food, and you're fucking surviving off of ramen.
I know, man.
Fucking ramen and Hot Pockets along with some grape Kool-Aid.
Not Kool-Aid.
Specifically grape Kool-Aid.
Not Kool-Aid, first off.
Powerade.
Yes. I was gonna say V8, but that's much more accurate. And Mountain Dew, because I don't drink coffee.
So what you're saying is, you drink a little bit of the bubbly.
That is a joke. Only a few people are probably gonna get. I don't know. I don't know how mainstream that meme is.
I don't know either.
I don't know how mainstream that meme is.
We're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, so while we're doing a podcast, so, like, I like
how we keep repeating things.
Yeah, exactly. Just to get back into the conversation, you know? Just to get back into the topic, you know? Just slide back in. Uh-huh.
Like I did in your DMs.
Ooh. So why are we doing a podcast?
It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. Okay, let's morph into one being as we lay under the covers.
We keep fucking...
Yeah, I know. We keep...
venturing off.
We do keep fucking. So why are we doing a podcast? So we're doing a podcast because... Well, I want to do a podcast because I like listening to podcasts a lot.
You got that point.
Yeah, I know. And,
You don't have to say it again. We got that.
Look, sir.
I fucking hate you.
I hate you too.
Good.
Great. You want to make out later?
In the bathroom?
Yes. Underneath the stairwell.
What stairs?
Sorry. The walking elevator. But not the escalator.
That sounds like something you can make in Minecraft.
Anyways.
A walking
The walking elevator. Actually, maybe.
Mumbo, get on it.
Mumbo Jumbo, get on that. Or Seth Bling. Anyways, that's besides the point. This nerds. Yes, we are. So, So I said already, I like listening to podcasts, and it's because, like, I agree with you that we say the dumbest shit, all the time. And I think, clearly.
Every sentence.
Just every fucking sentence. And I think that it can be interesting to someone. Also, like, I don't know. Just, I think adding a podcast to something I do, like, on a consistent basis, it
looks good on your resume.
I wasn't gonna say looks good on my resume, but it feels good to do. I'm one of those people that really likes doing a lot of stuff. Kinda. Like, I'm lazy as fuck.
That's why you do me, because I'm a lot. There's a lot of me to do.
Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm lazy unless it's something I really want to do.
Relatable.
Like, apparently drop my fucking water.
I thought you were gonna say drugs.
Drop no, like goddamn spilling this water. At least it's in like a thermos, so it's fine. So there's like a top. Anyways, besides the point. Hello, this is topical. As in this is a topic that we are talking about, which is the podcast. That's exactly what I'm doing. So, like, we've talked about this. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have a Twitch channel, and D-Live channel, but we're gonna say live streaming stuff. I go to school for, like, video editing, you know, like, and I just feel like I like doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I just like to be busy, because I know that when I'm not busy, I think shit, man, and then I do get into those depression hours, and it's not, I don't know, I just like having shit to do, and just ever since I was like a kid, I was like, I want to make content for people. And I think a podcast is another thing that I really like to do, because it's like another form of that. It's another form of making content for someone.
And that's kind of my third reason, is that in the realm of life that we both live in,
again, barely,
we relate to having a creative mindset.
Okay.
So I think that they're both creative, but in different ways. And I'm interested in seeing how those two creative minds collide in the form of audio conversation.
Okay. You mean our minds? Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
I don't know. I feel like I could explain more, but it's hard to do.
It's like we are performing a conversation, but in a natural way.
I guess that's a good way to point it out.
And I'm not saying I'm like a performing guy. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be good on stage, I think. Like, I can't sing, I can't dance.
I was in drama club in middle school.
I know. You're like way fancier than I am. Like, I don't think I'd be good on stage, but I feel like doing these kind of
my acting career is thriving.
Haha, yes. Book him, ladies and gentlemen.
I can cry on cue.
Just has to think about his dad.
Says you.
I know. See? Cried on cue. Audibly. Which is the only way that matters right now, because this is an audio-based conversation. So yeah. You were saying
doesn't say anything and just like, okay, that was a good conversation.
Exactly. So you were just saying how creative.
So minds. Like, yeah, I feel like you're much more of like a
dumbass.
Yes. I guess that's a perfect way of stating it. And I'm much more of a smart ass.
And together we can be an ass.
How is your ass, by the way?
I don't know, man. I don't go around judging other people's asses, so I don't know how to judge my own. Right now,
I wish I could say the same.
Right now, it is attached to my body.
Mine's not.
Where is it then?
Closet.
Oh, it's just sitting there. Shit in there, you could say.
Ha! That was good. But also the reason that I wanted to do a podcast.
And sometimes when we record the podcast, he just takes out the ass, man, and he talks literally out of his ass.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I want to hopefully come out of this podcast is I want to bring our friendship closer.
Aww.
Not only with each other, but with the viewers as well.
Aw. That was such a PR way to answer that.
But I'm being legit though, like, because we've been friends for 7 years, 6 years, however fucking long.
Almost 7 years. Maybe 7 years.
And so we have collabed in the past. We've done all kinds of fucking things.
Yes.
And I want this to be a consistent thing where we can just talk for like an hour or two and just kind of bullshit our way
through life.
Yeah. And like just kind of bullshit our way through like 2 hours and hopefully make it funny while entertaining other people.
Okay.
Because that's something I thrive on a lot, even though it may not seem like it a lot, is I love the feeling of making people entertained or happy or however you want to say it. Mm-hmm. So if there's any way that I can do that without even having to put much work into it, shit, I'm down.
Without having to put much work into it. That's the caveat. Okay, I kind of get that. Like, I don't know if I would phrase it like that, but okay. Like, honestly,
there's a lot of an entertainer in me, and I might not be good at it, but I try.
Yeah, I think most people are entertainers or try to be.
No, there's some assholes.
Well, there's asshole entertainers.
Our president,
Bill Cosby. You went completely different ways. Great. How minds...
Mia Khalifa.
I wouldn't call her an asshole, but she does have...
She's had it in the asshole.
I was going to say she has asshole entertainment ways.
Keep talking.
Yeah, no, man. You keep talking.
There's not really much to say now.
So,
because I already went through my shit.
Okay, so what I want to come out of this is... I do like that was a wholehearted, wholesome way to answer that. It was so wholesome. Ooh. Which is the U-W-U. So,
mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I really don't know what I want out of this. Like, I just want to kind of do this.
Tell me what you want, what you really want.
For you to not ever do that again. Please.
I don't think we can be lovers. You gotta get down with my friends.
But what is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Fuck you, bitch.
Wow, man.
That's an actual song.
I was gonna be like, I thought we were just doing song shit. What the fuck? Oh yeah,
it's an actual song. I'll send you the link later.
It's not fuck you, bitch. It's fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus.
No, it's literally fuck you, bitch, though.
Whatever. Anyways.
Like, that's the name of the song. I highly suggest it to anybody. It's a great meme song. It's on TikTok a lot.
I'll make sure to look at it. So what I want to come out of this podcast is to have more funny moments, man. Like, I really like having fun moments with my boy.
I feel like it also gives us a reason to talk.
Yeah, because we
like,
typically
I appreciate
hate each other.
I appreciate any moment that I have with my best friend here. And
who the fuck is that? Your ass that's in your closet?
No, that's my Pepsi.
That's my lover.
I what I'm saying is I fucked a Pepsi can.
Oh. Ow.
Yo, I seen a video like that one time. It was strange.
Why did you look that video up?
I didn't. Well, I maybe
that is something you would look up.
I love Pepsi.
Yeah, a little too much. You need to see a counselor or something.
Just saying, I would never actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would just watch it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all totally believe you.
You, me, Pepsi bottle. hit me up.
Okay, well, hold on. A Pepsi bottle and a Pepsi can are way different experiences.
Explain.
Okay, because like a Pepsi can, right? So say you want to drink from... Okay, first off, you gotta describe what you're doing with the Pepsi can, okay? Are you cutting a hole out from the bottom, or are you using the, like, hole that the drink comes out of when you drink a can?
I wasn't thinking that at all. I was just thinking that it goes up your ass.
But you said you're fucking the can.
You're right, the can fucked me.
Okay, that's way different. That's...
Just a disclaimer, I've never been fucked by a Pepsi. I never thought that sentence come out. I never thought I'd say that sentence in my life.
Never been fucked, but that's going in. I don't know about you, but that's going in. That's going in.
As I was saying, we say a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, we have whole documents.
And I really hope that some of these come out in the podcast.
Because we have a whole stupid shit Brandon. I have a whole stupid shit Brandon says notepad, and then he's copied it from me. And that's going right in. I would never.
I might tweet it.
I have never been fucked by Pepsi. Like, it's not even buy a Pepsi can. You just said buy Pepsi, like the corporation.
No, I said buy a Pepsi.
Oh, well, okay. Buy a Pepsi. Anyways, continue as I type this.
Hold on, I gotta drink this Pepsi.
Also, buy a Pepsi, like there's multiple Pepsis.
So, I forget where we were before fucking Pepsi cans.
We all forget. Okay. That was a monumental moment in human history, is when we started fucking Pepsi cans.
Man, I made a bowl out of a Pepsi can one time.
Jesus Christ. Of course you did. Anyways, what we want to come out of this podcast, the stupid shit like that, because I really like shooting the shit with my boy here, my boy Brandon.
Oh yeah, I was saying,
fucking interrupted.
It gives us a. I'm sorry, but
I got you.
I was in the middle of thought, and then you reminded me.
THOT, of course.
Yes. So, I appreciate any time that I have with you to talk, and if we were able to record it and entertain people while doing that, I'm all down.
I agree. Also, you're super wholesome right now.
Yeah, it's midnight now. This is my wholesome hours.
These are the wholesome hours. At 1 o'clock, we get real sad.
I get real happy, then it goes real low.
It's like, oh yeah, oh shit.
I just break out into laughter at 12:59, and then by 1 o'clock, I'm fucking crying.
No, it's like you're laughing at 12:59, and then at 1 o'clock, it's just. Your head just slams into the table and you start crying. It's like, what the fuck? It's like
what is my life?
He's been shot.
JFK all over again.
Anyways, I love having these little these banters.
That's also one thing that I want to come out of this podcast, or in this podcast. I don't want to censor ourselves.
Oh no,
at all.
Fuck no, man. We've talked about...
Because I just made a JFK joke, and I'm probably going to get tons of shit for it, but there's little care in me right now.
We have described this as an anal-based podcast.
You did. I didn't say that.
Okay, well then nothing is topping that. In fact, can we add that to the topic list of how much we love anal?
No. I've never tried it, so I can't say.
Me neither, but just...
Giving or taking? Giving or taking?
Taking, obviously.
No, I'm saying I haven't tried it giving or taking.
Oh, I thought you were asking me if the topic would be based on giving or taking it. And I was like...
I mean, that's a valid question, too, but I was just pointing out that I've never given or taken anal.
Uh-huh. Oh, well, not that you know of. What? Anyways, I think that's a good time to ask for any last words.
I got some frosted fucks,
Oh yeah.
also known as frosted flakes, and I just wanted to remind you that they're great. Not a sponsor, but I wish they would.
Yeah, right. I think my last few words that I want to say here on the podcast are anal contusions.
I have one last word left.
Thank you very much for listening to the Talking for Nobody podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, please let us know by subscribing to the channel or following us wherever you're listening on the podcast network of places. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channels down below in the description of the podcast. Mine is DJ. His is Toxic Rain TV. And of course, there's also the Twitter accounts. Mine is DJ on the computer, and yours is?
At Toxic Rain TV, 2 eyes on both.
Yes.
Toxic and Rain. So it's TOXIICRAIIN TV.
Exactly. So thank you very much for watching. And
Capital TRTV.
yes. And remember,
I love you all.